Are you part of a nonprofit organization, a youth group looking to raise cash for your cause? Stay tuned at the end of this video to learn how you can bring the action and excitement of the Millennium Wrestling Federation to your town live, featuring the superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Join WWE, Mattel, and Toys R Us in a teaming to benefit Make-A-Wish with this custom John Cena action figure, designed by Make-A-Wish child Alex from Los Angeles. The figure will be available exclusively at Toys R Us beginning Tuesday, August 15th, and you can pre-order yours right now through July 31st at toysrus.com. Mattel will be donating a portion of the proceeds to Make-A-Wish.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
Wrestling fans from around the corner and around the world, welcome to another installment of Wrestling Insiders from MWF Studios just north of Boston in downtown Melrose, Mass. in the zip code of champions 02176.
Let's run down WWE Battleground from the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Sunday, July the 23rd, 2017. Was both unexpected and great that I wound up at Battleground live and in person. It was very last minute. As always, I thank our friends at WWE for having us as their guest between my summer vacation that turned into a workation up in Lake Winnipesaukee and then traveling down to Philadelphia. The voice is gone, but it was a near-capacity crowd on hand for the SmackDown brand pay-per-view as the road to SummerSlam continues to build momentum. These are the results in my mental notes from being in the crowd live as opposed to the usual recaps we produce from viewings of pay-per-views on WWE Network. On the Battleground kickoff show, Aiden English with the pinfall victory over Ty Dillinger, upset city here in Philly. English impressed me recently on SmackDown in a losing effort to Randy Orton, where he showed a much stronger, more serious, aggressive style. Dillinger was called up to SmackDown from NXT shortly after WrestleMania to much fanfare, but it seems like the 10 has turned into a 3 as WWE has been unable to provide him with much television time. Other than fans chanting 10, what has he brought to the table? He's a solid in-ring competitor, but I don't find his wrestling moves or promo ability to be anything remarkable. Still expected Dillinger to come away with the win over English. It did not happen. In the opening contest on the pay-per-view, the New Day defeated the Usos to become the new WWE Tag Team Champions. This tag team matchup was outstanding from top to bottom. It was what great tag team wrestling is all about. I enjoyed the brief feud that these two teams had in late 2015 when the roles were reversed, with the New Day as the heel champions and the babyface Usos chasing them. The Usos' work since turning heel has been great. They've been able to execute fresh, modern promos that are different than everybody else on Raw and SmackDown. Different is important. Their work is just as crisp. New Day continues to be one of the most fun parts of WWE programming. At Money in the Bank last month in St. Louis, the Usos just walked out and took a count-out loss to retain the titles to New Day. And here in Philadelphia, New Day got the job done as Xavier Woods hit a springboard elbow drop off the top rope to secure the win for the New Day. The fans in Philadelphia were hot for this one. I hope we see much more between these two teams going forward, especially where you only have about a half dozen tag teams on SmackDown right now. Shinsuke Nakamura beat Baron Corbin via disqualification. I was in deep thought during this match, trying to figure out what direction WWE was going to go in for a finish. Corbin has the Money in the Bank briefcase, obviously. He's almost bulletproof at this point as he can lose ad nauseum, but still be 3 seconds away from winning that WWE World title by cashing in the briefcase at any given time. Still, I wouldn't want to see Corbin losing via pinfall at this point until the night he decides to cash in that briefcase and perhaps win the title so he has a new built-in challenger that already pinned him, along with whoever the champion might be that he defeats, wanting their rematch, having two challengers to chase Corbin coming out of that one event. SmackDown is weak on the babyface side as well when it comes to touring. Neither John Cena or Randy Orton are full-time on the road. Some weekends it's just AJ Styles and Nakamura is the top two faces headlining the SmackDown house shows. Nakamura should be presented as strong as possible and not being pinned in mid-card matches either. I guess WWE agreed with me As neither man was pinned, Corbin used a low blow on Nakamura for the disqualification, certainly an uncreative, weak finish on pay-per-view. But if WWE's trying to push both of these men hard, it certainly doesn't seem like it's the right time for either one of them to be taking a pin. Then again, why should either one of them be feuding with each other? I don't know. In an elimination match, Natalya with an upset win over Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Lana, and Tamina to secure a SmackDown Women's title match against the champion Naomi at SummerSlam. Felt like it was the 814th version of this match I've seen in some way, shape, or form. The ladies all worked very hard, nonetheless, but this continues to highlight the point that the Raw and SmackDown rosters are too thin. I believe both the Raw and SmackDown female rosters have no more than 8 women on them. That's too thin to keep it fresh. If it isn't fresh, you're giving fans the same matches over and over again. If the fans are seeing the same matches over and over again, what is the point for them to tune in each and every week? Up next, Kevin Owens defeated AJ Styles to win the WWE United States Championship. It was a short reign for AJ Styles. He won the title from Owens on a Raw brand live event at Madison Square Garden back on July the 7th. Another terrific match between these two. I look for the finish to be disputed, as Styles appeared to have his shoulder off the mat as the ref counted 3 during the replay on the big screen. Watching the match itself live in the ring, it looked like a double pin. Either way, the referee awarded the match and the title to Owens, continuing a terrific feud between two athletes at the top of their game in 2017. I certainly look forward to more between these two. Perhaps some sort of a gimmick match at SummerSlam in Brooklyn. John Cena defeated Rusev in a flag match, another match I really enjoyed from bell to bell here. Different flag match in that both flags were placed on the poles to start. To win, you had to bring your country's flag down the aisle and place it on a flag holder on a decorated set of ring steps. Some feel Cena going back to feud with Rusev 2 years after they worked 4 consecutive pay-per-views is too soon. I think it's a fine one-match program for Cena coming back to television after his absence following WrestleMania and not having him blow through a new, fresh opponent that can be saved for bigger pay-per-views down the road. Again, there's slim pickings on the SmackDown heel side. Very few that could come close to being portrayed as a real threat to Cena. Crowd was hot into this one. Rusev was trying to finish off Cena on the entrance stage with a second accolade as Cena kept trying to fight out of it. He eventually muscled Rusev into an attitude adjustment off the top of the steps through 2 tables that Rusev had set up earlier, allowing Cena to show his American pride, placing Old Glory in the flag holder for the win. The Breezango attackers mystery continued in a segment that ended like one of the Paranormal Activity movies. Ascension was on the scene yet again, but it was made clear that they're not the attackers. The lights kept going off and on with Tyler Breeze laid out. Then Fandango was dragged off by these unseen attackers. Somehow, the WWE production crew knew this was going to happen and had a to-be-continued graphic ready to roll. I'm not a fan of the lack of common sense in spots like that, but it is what it is. I continue to believe there's money in Tyler Breeze as a single heel or in a more serious presentation as Breezango. As much as I don't like Breezango being portrayed as goofs, it has given them new life on SmackDown, and like it or not, the two have hit a home run with the material created for them and the television minutes given to them. The fans get a kick out of it. They're proving to the powers that be in WWE that they can deliver, and that's very important to Breezango in 2017. Sami Zayn defeated Mike Kanellis. I asked myself why. As much as some diehard fans would like to see Zayn main eventing WWE pay-per-views, it's not going to happen as the company doesn't see him in that role, and I don't either. I do see Zayn as someone that can contribute solid matches each and every time out. I just don't see him having the look or promo ability to be a top guy in WWE. If it was the independent, sure, but he's with the best of the best week in, week out. Having Kanellis lose in his second televised match made 0 sense to me. It's another example of fans having a hard time rallying behind newcomers. Build them up, give Kanellis a series of wins over undercard and midcard babyfaces before he starts taking pinfall losses on pay-per-view. If he can't be built up strong like that, why bother to put him on television to fail? Both Kanellises can really deliver when given the opportunity. I'm hoping for a very successful run for both of them. In the main event, WWE World Champion Jinder Mahal retained the title over Randy Orton inside the Punjabi prison. This was just the 3rd time in WWE history the prison was used. This was the 3rd straight pay-per-view Mahal was headlining against Orton in a title match, so it certainly needed all the help it could get to keep it fresh. I wouldn't call Mahal hot or a draw by any stretch of the imagination right now. However, he's more than held his own in a top spot. You have to give him a lot of credit, where fans largely remembered him as a member of three-man band several years back before returning as an undercard heel on Raw last summer. Match started off very slow. The crowd turned on it early on. I don't understand the rules of the prison. The doors kept opening for a 60-second period, which I thought was too long. 3 of them were locked, then Mahal was able to escape the first prison wall with the help of the Sings. That forced Randy Orton to have to climb over the top and hoist himself onto the second prison wall. He knocked Mahal to the floor. The Sings attacked Orton. He took the obligatory beating all around ringside to the Sings, climaxing in a spot where one of the brothers climbed the outside of the prison wall to try and stop Orton from getting over, and Orton nailed him, causing the Sing to fly off the prison wall through the announcer's table for a monster reaction for the fans in Philly. I thought that was great. Orton and Mahal continued to brawl around ringside using kendo sticks and steel chairs that were under the ring. It appeared Orton had the match won. The title would be back around his waist yet again when the music hit, and it was the return of former world champion the Great Khali, who climbed the prison wall and choked out Orton, allowing Mahal to climb over the Punjabi prison and retain the title. It looks like Mahal is building himself a little stable. Now not only does he have the Sings, but it appears he has the Great Khali. I wouldn't even mind seeing Rusev joining this foursome, as he certainly could use a little help at this point where he's lost Lana. Thought it built to a fantastic finish, to a strong, rare gimmick main event highlighting an overall strong pay-per-view outing by WWE in one of the hottest professional wrestling cities in the world. It's going to be interesting to see if WWE transitions Orton to Khali going into SummerSlam and perhaps have Cena challenge Mahal for the championship. Fans in Philadelphia are going to have to wait 6 months for their next opportunity to catch WWE live, but it's going to be worth the wait, as this January NXT TakeOver, the Royal Rumble, Monday Night Raw, and SmackDown Live come to the Wells Fargo Center for 4 consecutive nights of action. The final weekend in January as the road to WrestleMania 34 begins. Overall, I'd score Battleground a strong 7 out of 10. No classic matches fans will look back at for years to come, but it was a great 3+ hours of wrestling. Strong action, 1-week finish, and then also included a great opening tag team title match and a very unique, memorable main event. Whether you were with me live in Philadelphia or watched on WWE Network, fans, share your thoughts in the comment section below.
Don't miss the fallout from WrestleMania 33 on WWE Network. Using our link below, get 30 days free. This spring, WWE presents 4 live pay-per-views with Payback, Backlash, Extreme Rules, and Money in the Bank. Relive the ultimate thrill ride that was WrestleMania 33, plus brand new original programming, every pay-per-view in WWE history, and 7,000+ hours of content in the archives. Spend $25 in the MWF store this month and get a free WWE t-shirt and a free autographed photo of WWE Hall of Famer Cowboy Bob Orton. We have brand new WWE t-shirts, posters, DVDs, autographs, and tons more. Best of all, every dollar you spend directly supports our live event and video production initiatives. Fans in over 30 countries can now enjoy our state-of-the-art studio shoot interview documentary collection on demand. You can rent our own select titles starting at only $5.99. Enjoy the wild Iron Sheik studio shoot interview as seen by millions online and on The Howard Stern Show. Relive the rock and wrestling era in the mid-'80s as WWE Hall of Famers Paul Orndorff, Bob Orton, and the Iron Sheik break down the first WrestleMania. The Boogeyman, Paul Bearer, and Kamala join us for extensive breakdowns of their careers, promoters, and companies they worked for. We also have a new shoot with Bull Dempsey bringing you a backstage look at WWE NXT and the Performance Center. Again, every rental and purchase helps support independent wrestling. Subscribe to our YouTube channel with over 1,500 videos available absolutely free. Enjoy in-depth videos, live MWF wrestling, the latest news, historical videos, and tons more on youtube.com/BostonWrestlingCom. If you enjoy the free content, you can help the cause by making a donation of any size to paypal.me/BostonWrestling. You can help the cause using our links below to shop on popular websites such as WWE Shop.com, Amazon.com, and Walmart.com. We get a small thank you for every customer sent their way, and best of all, it doesn't increase your purchase 1 penny. Finally, get a free ride from Uber using the links below. Forget about overpriced taxi cabs with long waits. Join 2017. Get a good ride from a friendly driver and a clean car on us for up to $20. Run out of time, fans. Don't miss a day on BostonWrestling.com super site. Like us at Facebook.com/MWFAction. Follow us on Twitter at MWF2001 and subscribe to us at YouTube.com/BostonWrestlingCom.
The Millennium Wrestling Federation's 15th anniversary tour begins this fall and rolls into 2017 throughout New England, down the East Coast, and into the Carolinas. If your nonprofit organization is looking for an interactive, turnkey experience while putting the fun into fundraising, you've met the perfect tag team partner. MWF offers a variety of packages for groups of almost any size. From our live events at the Boston Garden, the Kowloon Entertainment Dining Complex, and the legendary Suffolk Downs, to high school gyms and function halls, we've presented live events everywhere. Since 2001, the MWF's mission has been simple: keep the kids off the streets. Under the leadership of President Dr. David Reese, we bring the superstars of yesterday, today, and tomorrow to your town, not for a quote-unquote wrestling show, but an event that features action-packed in-ring wrestling, autograph and pose photo opportunities, question and answer sessions, and much more. It is the best of sports and entertainment. The week of your event, we can add on to the endeavor with anti-bullying campaigns, library meet and reads, youth sport concussion seminars, and more. Our live events are fit for fans of every age, from 5 to 95. This fall, as part of our new Kids Club program, we offer live event experiences exclusively for the youngest of fans. On the flip side, we can also produce a tailor-made event for fans of an older demographic as well. We work with you every single step of the way to get the word out to fans near and far, on our local television offerings, and to over 50,000 fans and growing on our social media platform. Your success is our success. If your group has had enough of boring candy bar and wrapping paper sales and has the energy to team with our passionate fan base, bringing the MWF experience to your community is the answer to put smiles on faces while raising cash for your cause. Contact us today to get the ball rolling for your custom-made event that you'll want to bring back year after year. Don't just take it from us. Here are folks we've teamed with in the past.
You already know Kowloon Restaurant, established in 1950 and spanning 4 generations, serves a multi-Asian menu. Did you also know that Kowloon Restaurant is New England's premier Asian dining and entertainment complex, serving Cantonese, Szechuan, Thai, and Polynesian cuisine? And did you know that Kowloon Restaurant is also the home of the finest Japanese sushi? If you haven't dined at Kowloon Restaurant lately, then you simply haven't dined at Kowloon. Kowloon Restaurant, Route 1 North in Saugus.